What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. It's a Wednesday of the 3-weekly variety, which means we're going to be moving on to our latest update for Rugby 25. We've all been waiting for some big changes, some big things going on in the world of Rugby 25. Last week, or last update really, we had the introduction of red cards, we had all the high tackles and stuff, and I couldn't get any of them. I couldn't get any of them working, I couldn't get anything to actually change. I have played a bit more time since that update, and I have seen unfathomable amounts of red cards, so I'm sure we'll get one today. In this update, we've got no patch notes yet again. We're basically going in a little bit blind based on what I've seen on the FAQ page. Scrums! Scrums is the name of the game. It has been, from what I've read on the FAQ page, the sole focus of the updates, trying to improve scrums, trying to improve timing windows, the sort of button prompts, the UI on the screen, trying to make scrums feel a little bit better, because a lot of people don't like scrums. I personally have got on fine with scrums. No, it's not registering. In this game, a lot of people really struggle with them, but having read J&T did a little post, and there's a whole thing, you can pause the video and read it if you want to, basically going over the changes that they made and some of the things they thought weren't working very well. But basically, like, even on like the hook timing window where you're trying to get the ball in the scrum, there was like a 0.1 second window to successfully get the hook. I feel like I stole loads, so that made me feel very good. Like, I'm brilliant at the game that I'm probably not very good at. And they've made that a little bit better. They've gone out now to a 0.5 timing window, so you've got slightly better. There's a slight bonus to your hook rating, so you can have a better chance in terms of whether you're feeding in the ball and getting a bit more of a chance to actually win your own scrums. They've changed a little things to do with the drive repeated, to allow scrums to collapse if you're getting bad timings, but hopefully not if you've got good timings. We've got the AI are able to collapse the scrums now by them having a bad scrum as well. So we've got a few changes to the scrum time. So that's the main aim. And if you love your scrums, you're going to be great. Let's get into this. I really want to see a Mind Dragon deep dive into what can go right or wrong in the scrums. But I can sense that that's already going to get quite boring for an entire thing, just doing scrums, because there's nothing else to necessarily look at. So what I thought we'll do the first half. We'll really investigate scrums. And then second half, something we don't really do in these videos, we're just going to play. We're just going to play the game. And we're going to get a bit of a broader feel. It's something I don't really get into in these videos because they normally have things to test out and check, and I'm not really playing properly because I'm really focusing on what they've done. Because we don't have that, I thought this would be more fun to actually do one half. We'll do the updates, and then we'll play a second half and get a bit of an overall view on what feels like it's changed, what feels like it's improved. Now, I do want to go for a slightly lower rating. Let's do Portugal, going up against, should we do like Australia? That could be fun, actually. I just saw we had Australia. I guess we done quite a bit with Australia over the Rugby Championship, but, you know, that's a little decent separation teams. We might even swap teams because I want to see how both teams hold up. We'll go on the hardest difficulty. We'll keep the injuries on major. We want to see this today. Sim bins will be on. We will be getting a red card today because I want to test some other stuff today. So be ready for red cards if you guys haven't seen one already. But I'm not going to lie, I have seen tons. If you've even seen the videos for the Rugby Championship, we had one for the Argentina game, and it changed the flow of that game completely. I couldn't do anything since you get a red card. There are some knock-on effects in this game from getting the red cards, and I have found a lot of problems. A lot of people have fed them back to Big Ant. I've said a couple over to J&T. I've had red card issues with losing my prop. My prop got red carded, therefore lineouts broke because there was no one to lift. There's a lot of issues with swapping players. If they've got a red card, you can't move them in the team management, which means you can't replace them. I've had a red carded scrum half, which means there's no scrum half and you can't put a scrum half on. It means you've got people rushing around all over the place. I've lost a fly half to a red card. Therefore, the game just allows, you know, your props to do kicking at posts. A lot of stuff can go wrong from the red cards. Now, I know J&T's also looked at some other stuff, and the team's looked at some other stuff as well. They've found a couple of things that have gone wrong with, like, crashes, and they've actively sort of changed that behind the scenes. Hopefully they've changed a couple of things to do with the red cards and stuff going wrong. We're in a rainy day, as old Portugal here. And we're looking to test the scrums. We also want to test to maybe see if it feels like the flow of the game has changed. I still feel like the 5-meter scrums are outrageously hard to defend from. Some people have also complained about mauls going wrong on the FAQ page. I've already seen that. Now, we want the ball back, but we want to get down because I want to try and create a scrum, and knock-ons are by no means an easy thing to generate in this game. There is still clearly an issue with. Oh well, I kind of want you to run forwards, but I want the ball. Up. All right. We achieved what we wanted to achieve, but not necessarily the route I wanted to. That was actually a grubber kick, believe it or not. It looked very much like the A kick. So, on to scrum time. We're defending the scrums. Let's see what looks like it's changed. So, first of all, we've got the biggest letters in the world now on the grass. I hate that. I personally hate that. I despise more. Okay, hang on. That was real slow. And also, it doesn't. Right. Okay. There's a lot of stuff to go over there. Right. Let me. How am I going to wrap my brain around this one while I'm still playing? So there was a couple of. Woo. There's a pass. So there was a couple of things in there that were instantly noticeable. Right. Enormous letters on the ground. Hate that entirely. You need less stuff on screen. I did read that there was. J&T said the reason they've done that was to basically. Allow you to have a more visual indicator of what buttons to push, because a lot of people didn't understand the button combination, so rather than having it be you were looking all over the place, they were going to be a bit more on screen. I think that is way too in your face. That might be something that could be simply changed in a setting by, Scrum UI on or off. Allow people like me to turn that off. I do not want big, giant LT, RT buttons on screen. I think that visually looks rubbish, just from my own standpoint. It doesn't even look like they're like made to do that. It looks like they looked kind of pixelated and they look kind of like boxy around the edges, so it looked like it was just something else that's been enhanced in terms of size and then stuck on the pitch. So that doesn't even look good. Let me run back. We want to do another one. After that, the bars are really slow. Like, to a level I wasn't expecting on hardest difficulty. So I messed up the hook terribly because I pressed it way too early. So that might mean what he meant about the timing was that the timing window was like 0.1 second on how fast it moved. Now it's half a second. I think that's too slow. I'm too good at that. That's going to mess me up. So maybe they could look at that being difficulty dependent. I hate all of this on screen. They also have the buttons on the AI side, which is weird. Like, why does the AI need an indicator of what buttons they need to push? I do like that they've changed that you can now see what the AI has got going on in terms of scrums. Like, I like the idea that you can now see where their timing window's on and why they're winning. I think that's good. I don't think you need their button inputs from their side. I assume that they've made that as a universal thing, so it can be used in multiplayer and stuff. It doesn't need to be changed. I think we're going to lose one there. I do think 5-meter scrum areas are really hard to defend from just because of the way the offload game this works. We're expected to concede tries. We're doing scrums, right? But I like that we can see now what goes on from the AI's perspective, what scrums they're doing. It does feel like there's a bit of an issue, like a bit of a switch from the hook animation. It feels like you press the hook timing window and everything in the scrum kind of pauses for a second and then it carries on to like the next section. So I'm not sure, maybe I'm imagining that, maybe it's something. I'll keep a bit of an eye on that. We're doing our own scrums because I want to test a little bit of feed. So far we've not been able to steal one as it stands at the minute. Let me just go for a little bit of a little dinky kick, see if we can get this one back and run it back down our end. The only reason I'm doing it this way is because my hooker swooped in then. I was going to crack a knee. The only reason I'm doing this is because it's the easiest way to get scrums, right? Knock-ons still don't even feel like they flag well in this game. Like, it doesn't feel like they even get called out by the referee well enough all the time. And they're pretty rare. They're pretty rare to just have someone drop the ball. Normally it almost feel like something has gone wrong in the game rather than the AI has purposefully dropped it. You imagine, and as well with how many bump-offs and side steps you have, it's hard to get the big tackles in. It is something that I actually genuinely, from playing Rugby 18 recently, I got that very cheaply in a CEX, and there was actually an option in that to perform a big hit, where you have to hold down the left trigger as you engage in a tackle, and you basically knock the ball out of someone's hands if you hit them directly head on, which is really fun. Actually sort of enforces a knock-on. It's a higher risk tackle. It can give away penalties, or you can miss the tackle completely, and it can go really wrong. But you can generate knock-ons from that, and I really like that as a thing. Now, I kind of want to... I don't really want this to keep going over for tries and stuff, because it is kind of hard to defend from these. We're still not getting turnovers. It's still a little bit tricky. Let me just swap over, because we want to do a scrum, but I want to do a scrum from the Australian perspective. Oh, well, okay. I still think there's weird things like that happen if you swap sides, that suddenly the passes go wrong and break, like the game doesn't really understand what to do when you swap sides. Let me go back. So let's go over to Australia. Let's see how Australia now hold up from the scrummaging perspective. So I'm now going to be feeding the ball. Again, we've still got the LTRT on Portugal's side, even though I'm now on Australia's side. I've got my big graphics have moved over to my side, which are everywhere. I never engage in that first bit. I wonder whether I should engage in that bit. I feel like these bars are really slow. They're really drawn out. Oh, and we've got a rotation. HUD underscore reset scrum. Okay. They've got a few text issues there. So that scrum collapsed. But it wasn't my fault. It was their fault. Interesting. That's actually the first time I think I've seen that. Ref didn't blow his whistle either, so we don't know what's going on. It also doesn't say why the issue was. Let me do the LTRT there and see if that makes a difference. It used to actually do something, but I never knew what it did. Got another strong hook. We're on these big shoves again. Driving forwards. They've wheeled the scrum again, so the AI is actually now struggling. I'm so good at scrums that the AI... Oh, penalty collapse scrum. We got a... But that one was my fault for unknown reasons. He's still gone to have a word with my number 8, and now it's their kick away again. Now, this was something that I realised in my own timing of playing. Scrum penalties seem to go against your number 8, and I have no idea why that would be. Almost nothing could ever be done by your number 8 as a reason why scrums go wrong. If you collapse a scrum 3 times, you got your number 8 red carded, which isn't a rule in any of rugby and couldn't even possibly happen, to my understanding. Oh, that'll get picked off at the front. Well, this game does not want to work with me. For everyone as well that's been watching the Rugby Championship, and I know I've been a little... And I've been complaining about a lot of stuff that's been going on in this game. This is one of the main things that bothers me in this game, is just the sheer leveling of inconsistencies you swap. Of things going wrong or things not going right or trying to utilise it. When I've been trying to do like the Rugby Championship games, you swap teams, the AI just steals the line out. I swap teams, I don't get to steal the line out. I now can't get a turnover. The AI is going to struggle to do anything. A lot of things just seem to go wrong, and even from like my perspective, when you're doing content creation, some stuff isn't real when you're doing the rugby games. I want the videos to be entertaining. I want them to be fun. I want people to enjoy watching them and what have you. So not everything is like real. You know, some things you sort of play into it a bit to try and allow the game to get a bit better. Rugby 25 has been the hardest game I've ever had to work with for like a rugby game to make what I would call entertaining content, because of just stuff that can just go wrong. It just doesn't work properly. It's been so frustrating to work with, and I know a lot of people do see that in the videos or hear me talk about it and wonder why, like, there's a lot of complaints coming in by me. Yeah, we go, right, because some stuff just can't go right. Even things like just swapping sides to get the ball back doesn't even work. I wonder if I'll lose this ruck now because I've swapped back to being Portugal. No, like, I can't even be, like, confident in any of the decisions going on in the game. Let's go back over. So I know I can win a hook. I know I can drive over. We don't know why the scrums have gone wrong. The bars no longer change colour to, like, suggest, like, you've got good timing. It's just now hitting the QTE in that green zone, but it doesn't tell you it was good. It doesn't tell you it was bad. It doesn't really tell you anything. Let me do the hook there. That was a really good there. Let me do this one. That should give me a boost. That's a big hook. Right, we've got it. I'm going to purposefully mess up. Collapse it, collapse it, collapse it. We don't seem to collapse anymore. We seem to do this crab walk wheel thing, which is awful. It's terrible visually. It looks rubbish. I don't know why that's even in the game. I honestly, I think it might be one of the worst visually looking things in any rugby game ever. To have a scrum on a dime rotate 90 degrees. It is, of course, not how scrummaging works. It is something that will never happen. I've now got it as Australia. I want to mess it up. I want to mess it up. He's told me to use it. I've done everything wrong. I've done everything wrong I possibly could. And the penalties for not using the ball. I didn't even engage with the scrummaging mechanics. And it did not care. Let me do this again. I can't even understand quite... Oh, my scrum half's run off on the Australia side. He's had enough of this game. Good scrum. Right. I'm not engaging. I'm just tapping the buttons. We're rotating. We're going crazy. We've done a full rotation. Oh, no, it rotated and then collapsed. Why does it rotate? Just collapse properly. Oh, no. Oh, that... that wasn't even me. I've got the ball back. What's going on, game? Where are we up to? So was that their penalty? Why would that... I'm not even playing properly. Why is it their thing? Oh, my God. Who knows? Right, perfect timing. What if I just don't do anything? Does that make it better? Collapse again. That one is against me for not pushing buttons. But the last one where I was just smashing whatever I wanted, it just didn't care and I still won that one. There's another penalty. Okay, they've actually taken not the scrum this time. Ooh, big pass out there. I actually thought this would be kind of boring to just look at scrums. I'm actually kind of enjoying it because it's so wild. I wonder if you can sort of brute force it. I wonder if I take it back and then... Have those things come back? I love that. If anyone didn't see that, we're gonna go into it. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it closely. Here he comes. Here he comes. Bloop. I used to love that when the tries... It looks awful. It looks genuinely painful to just even visually have on screen. They do the little T-Rex arms and, and they smash their face into the ground. But it's funny. But they did fix that a long time ago. And now it's gone wrong. Right, get away from him. Oh, I've lost all my HUD. I've lost the player names. I've lost the time. Oh, I've broken everything. Let's do it again. Oh, he didn't do quite as funny one on that one. He just sort of dived it over. Oh, and that's not even the award for that. That should be a scrum to them. I've absolutely not engaged with that correctly. Oh, man. So the rules around the scrum still aren't correct. I've still not got my HUD back. There is going to be an unreal amount of editing for me to take out my swap sides button. Right, we're doing this again. I'm still looking for these collapses. Maybe they've got rid of that. The collapsing the scrum awarded a red card, but I feel like if you are just repeatedly not engaging with the scrum, you should do it. We might do one more after this where we play properly just to see how it plays out. That was an early drive. That was an early drive. It's rotating. I don't even feel like the feedback on these bars is reset scrum. So it's not even that, like, something is going wrong. It's not like a penalty. Nothing's collapsing. It's like I have done the scrum so badly that the scrum rotates 90 degrees and then it gets reset because the scrum... I can't even understand what's happening. Like, do I need to mess it up? Let me just... Like, what is this? That's a scrum collapse. That one's against me. I don't know what I'm doing differently between the scrums. I can't find any consistency in what I am doing to have these different outcomes. We go long. AI steals it. I don't understand. Remember when I did that and I didn't steal it? There's no consistency. I went for a long throw out the back, then the AI just took that off me. Because I swap sides, and this is the stuff I have to deal with when I like film my actual like gameplay videos and I'm doing like the commentary and stuff. This is what I have to deal with because it's so hard to allow a game to like play properly because the AI is capable of doing stuff like that. I still want to collapse one more, so that will then definitely be 3. I will know it's a third one. Let's see if we can get a red card as well because it's fun. Not everyone will have seen the red cards in this game yet. I feel like I have to win the hook in order for me to collapse it. Like, it's not even registering sometimes that I've hit the inputs. What's that one? That's a reset? Why is that a reset? I've done terribly on purpose. And the game doesn't care. It's just like, reset. How will you ever generate a penalty off the back of the AI if you can't...
Crouch.
You can't, like, do anything with it. You can't even, like, enforce a penalty on purpose. And I feel like sometimes I'm hitting these bars. They actually won that hook, which is nice. I'm glad that the AI as the lower team can win the hook. Me hitting those QTEs doesn't seem to matter. So if Portugal win another one, I'm not even going to hit an input and see if it even matters. I'm still trying to collapse one of mine on purpose, and there doesn't seem to be any way to manually make that happen anymore. These bars are so slow. I'm keeping my controller on screen so you can see when I'm pushing buttons, it's not even registering that I've hit it like early or done it bad. It's like the game doesn't expect me to be so bad at the scrums. It won't even register early on that I've messed that up. I can't make this collapse. I can't. The AI isn't making it collapse. We're just resetting over and over and over again. Like, a reset should still be like a collapse. It shouldn't be this rotate thing. Like, I'm pushing the buttons and it doesn't even... It's just doing this over and over and over again. Penalty collapse, okay.
It'll be a yellow card if you keep playing like that.
Okay, referee's now given us a warning for a yellow card. I also realised that I don't think the 5-metre scrums are in the right place. Like, if we run out over here in the very far corner, we should now be on that, on the line-out line. But I feel like the scrums also get placed... Look how close we are to the posts. Why are we over here? I feel like the scrum placement is also way off on these 5-metre scrums. It always seems to be, like, this close or closer to the posts. It doesn't seem to be any better. I'm still waiting for one more collapse. Come on, boys. We can do it. Let's mess it up, because I actually want to play on from one as well. I'm pushing the bar isn't stopping.
Use it. Penalty.
Penalty, did not use the ball. But, like, I've had such a bad scrum. Let's play as Portugal, and let's play out from a scrum and see what our options to do are from here. Let's see, can we pass from a scrum, for one? Can we pick it up with the scrum half? Let's have a look at that sort of stuff. So let's go for... the drive, good drive. So we can either pick up with X.
Use it.
I'm pressing pass.
Penalty.
Did not use the ball. I pressed pass like 30 times then. We didn't pass the ball. I think scrums might be worse. Like, honestly, like, I can't pass the ball. I could have picked up with X. You could pick up with X, but like, we can't pass the ball out.
Bind.
These bars are way too slow. We get the hook purposefully. Look at me messing up this awful, awful scrum. I've done terribly on the hardest difficulty. Reset. Why reset? That should be a penalty. I've got half the bar filled. There's no and the AI isn't doing it worse than me. I can't. It's not even registering all the time what I'm doing. Why is it spinning? What can I do differently? Did not use the ball. I'm not using the ball. The scrums. This is worse. This is worse in every way. Oh man, I honestly thought this was going to be like a big improvement. This isn't. Why is the scrum half looking for Australia? Right, let's try and play it out this time. I'm going to go for the pass. I've got the ball. Pass, 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 pass. Pass the ball. Scrum half. Do something. I hope you all like scrums, guys. I'm sorry this video is just scrums. This is rubbish. Like, I guess, like, I think scrums are worse.
Crouch.
I don't know how to play. I honestly don't even know how to actually engage with them. I like properly now. I'm not actually messing around now. I don't know how doing it. Can you only press X then? So have I won this or not? I'm actually now trying. Man.
Penalty.
That's a penalty collapse. Why is that a penalty collapse? This is insane. I don't know what to do. There's nothing on screen to indicate you have the ball in your possession. I am still doing the LTRT thing. The X icon hasn't appeared yet for me to pick it up. So I don't know if I can pick it up. I can't press pass. Nothing works. I can't get the ball away.
Bind. Set.
So I press... So I win the hook. LTRT. LTRT. Where can I pick it up? I can now pick it up over there. I pressed pick up. I pressed pick up! This is worse. This is worse in every way. I did see in the FAQ page, someone said, "Are scrums broken or just more funny?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to like I'm pushing the buttons." So the other mental side to this graphic, which you've got to pay attention to now. So I am now Australia. You start out in this animation. I am on the left-hand side of the screen, right? We all know this. I am Australia. But my button inputs on how to win the scrum are on the right-hand side. If you have a look, when I'm winning the ball, the press X to pick up ball is happening on the right-hand side of the screen under Portugal, not my team, for some reason. So it says hook, but it says hook for both sides. But look, on the right-hand side of the screen, it says pick up and hold to... But I'm on the left-hand side. Does the game... No, I can't even play. I can't even play the ball. I'm honestly trying... Oh, I got red carded! Yes! We got red carded! Off you get, Harry Wilson! How dare you be at the back of a scrum! It's so much worse! I can't even get the ball out. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we got a red card. At least we can talk about the red card now. So the red card situation... So we can have a look at this now. So Harry Wilson's now got a red card. For whatever reason, because you collapsed too many scrums, there's no yellow cards in this game anymore. Even though they show a yellow card, it goes straight to red. You got red carded. Harry Wilson's been red carded. We've lost our number 8. Now, in other rugby games, you've got to maybe put a bit of imagination to this and say Tane Edmond or Jake Gordon's gone off, right? You've lost a valuable position player. Number 8's not the worst player to lose in rugby, right? So now that we've lost number 8, I don't want to go a man down at the scrum. I don't want to have a number 8 off, so I'm going to have to do some rejigging. Now, in most games, I should be able now to click A on Harry Wilson and move him somewhere else. I want to take off a winger, so instead I would move him down to Harry Potter and swap him there. It doesn't swap, and I would swap them over. And then I would put on a replacement 8 for Harry Potter or Max Jorgensen or whoever. So let's take Harry Potter off. Let's put on Rob Valentini. Rob Valentini comes on. Rob Valentini's currently in my right-hand winger. I don't want him there. I want him to move to my number 8 spot. And this was in the last update as well. Like, you can't move players. So now... I can't get my 8 players into the scrum who I want. I'm now down a man at the scrum, even though I might be playing a game where I want all 8 players in the scrum. Now, the game and the way it plays, to my understanding, can't allow you to have less than 8 players in the scrum. So what it's going to do is... Oh, there you go. Take off Harry Potter. On comes Rob Valentini, who's now going to go out on the wing, because there's nothing we can do about that. So the way that it should now work, so let's go back to another scrum.
Take him back.
Oh man, it's wild. All right, let's go over. So we go over for another scrum. We're now going to go back to Australia because we're going to try and play properly. We're going to try and play properly with the scrum, right? So now that we've got a scrum, we've lost our number 8. So we should now have 7 men at the scrum. But I believe what it does is it just puts in someone else. So now, Joseph Suali has moved into number 8. Even though we've got Rob Valentini on, it just picks somebody else to fill that position. Even though I have made the substitution to get on a back rower and to not be a man down, I pushed. It's literally not. It's not registering. It's actually not registering. That time it actually just didn't register any of my button prompts. So, is that now because I've swapped teams? Or is that because I've now got a red-carded player? The scrums have broken. And I don't know. And you know the something I love is when I don't know what's going on in a game, I'm going to push it further. We're going to go even further. This is going to be a long video. So, let's test it. Let's test it again. It's going to be my scrum as Australia. I'm gonna put it on screen so everyone can see. Hopefully it'll register this time. Maybe it just didn't for the first one. Let's have a look. So we're gonna do the LTRT thing on this because I think it actually makes some sort of change. So here we go. No, it's not registering. So I've got a red-carded player in a scrum, and now can't compete in scrum. What? What do you do? What do you do? So if the mechanics of the scrum, right, just break, and you collapse the scrum 3 times in a row, you get your number 8 sent off for whatever reason. You can't replace him by putting someone else in his position, and because the game doesn't understand what's happening after a red card situation, you can't do inputs at a scrum, meaning you lose every single scrum for the rest of the game. But on top of that, it means even if the AI wins us, I'm not playing, by the way, this is just me letting the game do its own thing now. Even if the AI wins the hook, and you don't put a single input in for the drive sections, it doesn't collapse, it's not a penalty, there is no consequence for you not engaging in the scrums. Scrums just break because you collapse it. Because, and sometimes you can't even play away. Sometimes you can't even play away from the scrum when I'm doing it on purpose. I'm pressing X to pick up, it wouldn't work. I've pressed pass to pick up and they just twist and don't work. I can't even get the ball away. So you end up in this weird cycle of just being stuck in scrums. And that is wild to me. I think scrums in every facet are worse. I actually do. I think the on-screen visuals for the triggers are worse. I think not having the bars change colour when you hit the QTE is worse. I think the way the game is registering your inputs is worse. I think your timing windows for getting it wrong make less impact into the scrum. The red card thing is the same, except it didn't used to break scrums. It just put someone else in the scrum. Now you can't compete. Oh, we're offside. It's my penalty! I haven't even been playing! And we don't get... Let's have a scrum! Let's have a scrum, boys! Let's do it again! Get him off! Let's have another scrum. Go on, we'll try. Why not? I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing. And it's so much worse. Tuali's back in. Oh, I wonder... Hang on, let me just very quickly... Not that one. I want to go to the team. I wonder if I move Rob Valentini to number 13, would he end up in the scrum? I wonder. Right, we're gonna. I can't do inputs. I can't do inputs. This is brilliant. And this is one thing that I'm trying to pick up. Hey, I picked it up. We're away. We managed to pick it up. It didn't give me the on-screen icons to do, so the on-screen icons are pointless. I just spammed X until it worked. Let me run that one back over. Let's see. So let's see if that now works. This is hysterical to me. I can't even be like annoyed because it's so dumb. One game. I'm one game in. 3 weeks. 3 weeks the update. It's taken. Oh, we've got a sub. Oh god, who are we putting on? We're just moving people around now. Right. Rob Valentini's in the scrum. Right, we've got a full contingency of players. Will the game realise he is a number 8 and therefore can put inputs? It's, like, I can't be the no, I can't do inputs. I can't do inputs on it. Like, I can't be the first person to test this in 3 weeks. I can't be. And I also can't be the most unlucky... Maybe I can be. Maybe I can be the most unlucky person in the world that means this has never happened to anyone. In the hundreds of hours in QA testing over at Big Ant, maybe nobody has experienced this, and it just so happens in the very first game where I target it breaks and goes wrong. Maybe that's true. I just can't believe that's true. Oh man, and it's still at the stage where, like, you know, I'm not even playing. I don't have the controller in my hands, and the AI can't get around. We got the ball back. Let's go, boys. Big play now, out towards this left-hand side as Daugunu on the charge around everybody. Gets the grubber kick on. He's still 3 times faster than me, but it doesn't matter because I can teleport and we'll score a try. Look. This is what I'm working with. Oh, man. This is what I'm working with, guys. Whenever I sound like I'm getting annoyed at the game or playing, or when we do these games, or when I do like the Rugby Championship and I get frustrated, or I do rants on the FAQ page, or I do rants and stuff, people are like, don't really get quite why my dragon's so bothered by a lot of these things. This is the reason why, right? What a ridiculous game I am playing right now. Let's see if the power changes on the kicks. We haven't even been able to play on here. Is the wind affected at all? Oh, actually, might have been me. Actually, might have been me missing that one. That's nice. I like that I can now miss kicks. I don't know what you say. I don't even know what you do or say about this. Being able to see the AI input, I think, is the only positive change at scrum time. Oh, we still got those knock-ons. We'll go for one more try, shall we? We're still on the hardest difficulty. Everyone remember that. We are a man down for Australia. We don't have that extra man. We've got so many problems. Oh, we'll just weave around. Oh, man. Look at me hammering Suali. Oh, actually got hunted down. Oh, to be fair, I think it was by Storty, who is quick, to be fair. I'm actually kind of glad I got hunted down. Oh, I've run out of room there. Let me get through. Should we go for a drop goal? Why not? What does it matter anymore? Drop goal. Ted Edmed coming in. Missed. Directly in front of the post. Held the stick directly to the right, but the camera's slightly on an angle, so it messes it up. Let's go to thoughts and feedback, shall we, guys? It is. It's quite astonishing, really. I just don't know what people want me to say. I do think people half watch these videos now just to see me have a meltdown at every single one of these updates. Right, thoughts and feedback on the Scrum. Worse. Full stop. Yeah, I think everything is worse. The graphics on screen, like on the grass, big giant button, awful. Visually looks bad. I understand from Big Ant's perspective, they basically don't want you to have to look all around the screen for the button inputs and stuff. And I can understand that. I think if they want to keep that in, I think there's a really easy change, which is just take away that, again, an option in the settings, Scrum UI on or off, and let them be on or off. But then you don't want it to take away the bar filling up, or else you won't be able to do a scrum. I don't know what they do there. I think the buttons on the grass look worse. I'm genuinely losing my voice doing this video. The orientation of the UI on screen is wrong half the time. You know, we were playing as Australia on the left-hand side of the screen, but my pick up the ball was on the right-hand side. It was on the wrong UI for the wrong team. I don't know why you ever need to see on screen that the options for the AI is to press LTRT. That doesn't need to be on screen. You do not need that on. I don't know why that's been added. We lost the UI, or the HUD rather, again by going into the pause menu. Scrums now, you can't pass the ball from a scrum. You can only pick up with your number 8. Half the time you can't pick up with your number 8. The scrum is doing that awful spinning wheelie thing way too often. It looks visually terrible. It's never happened in a game of rugby ever. Till I have that. It's so arcadey. It's so, you know, this game was promoted as a sports simulation game, you know. No scrum is ever stationarily. It just doesn't happen. Never see that in rugby. One team should either be getting blown out the water or it should just crumble. It should be the only two options. Maybe have a bit of a twist, but it should always be a drive forward. It should never rotate all the way around because somebody has been cheating in the scrum. If that was ever to happen, it doesn't even make sense. We've got the scrum reset label is wrong under the scoreboard. What else? Red cards. So you still get a red card for 3 collapsed scrums. The red card goes against your number 8. It should never be a red card. It should be a yellow card, but it should be to a front row player. It should have to be on that side of the scrum specifically. It should never be your number 8. I saw someone else put in the Discord, their number 4 got sent off for something else involved with the scrum. That also should never happen. There's no reason for that to be their fault. It will only ever be the front row. If you get a red card, scrums break. You cannot engage in the scrum if you lose your number 8 to a red card. I don't know how that impacts the rest of the scrum, because you could get a high tackle red card for any other position in the scrum. I have to assume that happens for every other position. The inability in your team management to move your red carded player around the team so that you can at least replace someone in that position at the loss of a winger or a fullback in order to engage. The way the game picks up who fills in at scrum. I put a back row player on the wing. It just wanted number 13. It didn't care who was at 13. It just wants 13 to fill in at the scrum time. So when we moved him from the wing to there, he then was added to the scrum. We still couldn't play on. Just everything is worse or can't be engaged with it around that scrum. I think that's a backward step for scrums, honestly. All the bars filling up too slowly. I mean, I got used to it as that game went on then. I got used to it. I think it was worse. I think it was too slow. And genuinely hard to work out why. It feels like it slows down the pace of the game rather than intense, a high speed, high target thing. Maybe that should be the speed for easiest. And it should get faster and faster as you go up in the difficulties and go back to what they had as the original speed for hardest. I do like that the AI can steal a scrum. I do like that you can see the AI bar filling up. But we've also lost the bar colours. It used to like flash the whole bar green to say, hey, that was a good input. It now doesn't mean anything. The timing windows don't matter. It didn't even register half the time when I was pushing buttons. All bad for me there. I would like that to go back to what it was. Won't happen. We'll move forward and we'll see what we end up with. Let me know your thoughts on the scrums down in the comment section, guys. Sorry it's a long one. Sorry there's a lot of choppy editing. I've had to get rid of all the bits of me swapping teams and what have you around. Let me know down in the comment sections. There's still no patch notes to actually go over, so that's all we've got now with scrums. I thought we were going to play a bit more of a game. We still got to try, even with a red-carded player, by just weaving in and out of players. I don't know. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.